Hey, what's up, YouTube fans? I wanted to make a video. No, I haven't made a video in probably a week or two. Want to talk a little bit about diversification. What is diversification and how you should be diverse in this crazy times that we live in. Just before I start talking, just want to let you know these are my opinions. Definitely want to hear from you guys. Want to hear what you guys think, or like how you guys are being diverse, and how you live and how you allocate your assets. So for me, diversification is pretty much limiting risk, right, in terms of your assets. So some of us talk about just diversifying in the stock market. That's how we look at diversification, picking picking different industries and making sure that when one is down, the other is up, so you're not losing out on your money. And when the stock market goes up, you're getting 7%, hopefully, returns year after year, with some years being lower, a lot lower, and some years being a lot higher, and it just averaging out to about 7% over time. That's long term. Diversification for someone like myself, though, means such as putting your money in different avenues. So maybe you might start a business, you might have a side hustle here, you might have some stocks, you might want to get an investment property. That's how I look at diversification, only because with some of the things that's been going on with the stock market being so low, and I'm not saying it's really being low, but it's a year where a lot of companies are down a lot, except for like tech companies. And you got companies like Tesla, which to me, it's kind of a tech company, because there's just so much innovation behind it and so much things that are new that are bringing our market to new highs. And a lot of companies are going to mimic off of it and probably take some of their shares. So for me, it's kind of diversifying in that. Maybe in the stock market, I'm going to try to, what I've been doing is putting some money in tech, putting some money in REITs, putting some money in some growth stocks that I feel like in the future they're going to grow due to the COVID, some banks, and then some other things. Just diversifying in my portfolio in stocks, which I think I've learned so much with just starting off with Ford, just to want to start off in the stock market. Right now I have stocks in banks. I've even hit an international stock with an international bank, with Bank of Montreal. So got banks. I have tech stocks with the Apple and Microsoft, which I feel like Microsoft is gonna, they're a little up and down recently, but they're mostly up through the COVID. But I feel Microsoft and Apple are going to hit all-time highs by the end of the year. And I had projected this with Microsoft hitting at least 300 a share and Apple hitting 500 a share in my head by fall. Hopefully that does happen, and I do think it will, because I do feel like they're coming up with a lot of innovation, and they have a lot of cash on hand to weather the storm. So hopefully that helps. You got banks such as Wells Fargo that, in my eyes, I sold the shares, but I feel like I'm waiting for them to come low again with all the debt. Hopefully around 22 again, and I can buy them probably about 100 shares, hopefully, and hold off, and hopefully it goes back to 50. For my other bank, I think I have Bank of Montreal, and I have another bank that I'm kind of riding high with. So diversification for me right now, I'm looking at an investment property. Always wanted to get an investment property, and I think this is a good time to do it. Looking for something that I could purchase and rehab and rent it out through Section 8. So you guys, please feel free to give me your advice, okay? And let me know, what do you guys think, how you guys think I'm doing. I just don't believe in one thing, just with what has happened with the stock market before, with some crashes. And sometimes when you have your money and you work hard for it, you want to make sure that you limit risk. with real estate being an appreciated or depreciated asset. But for me, it's an asset where you can write off eventually and you can make a lot of money off of, and it appreciates through time on the books. I feel like it's time for me to do that, and I feel like it's time for me to start a business and just to see all the revenue streams that I can. So thank you guys for listening, and hopefully you guys like this and you guys could pick what's good for you, because what's good for me may not be what's good for you, because you might get into real estate and think like, oh my God, this is so boring. Through doing some of the startup stuff, I can see that it is a lot. It's from making sure your credit is there, making sure that you check your credit before you have someone pull your credit and tell you, hey, you have disputes that you need to resolve prior. And if you don't and they go and pull your credit again, it's just lowering your credit score. So figuring that stuff out first, making sure your credit is at a good spot, preferably 650 or more. Figuring out which loans you're looking to get into. If it's FHA conventional, that's going to depend on how much money you have on the sidelines. And then once you have your pre-approval letter, it's running. You run with it. You go look at a lot of homes. Hopefully your real estate agent is cool, and they're working for you. But it is a process. Nothing comes at over time, or nothing comes light, in life. So you kind of have to work on it. And this is going to be a good thing for me as I get my game started in the real estate game, and work with some other bros and make more money with them. Thank you guys again. Talk to you soon. Bye.